సో ది ఆబ్వియస్ కంపారిజన్ ఈ మధ్య వస్తున్న ఇతర పొలిటికల్ ఫిల్మ్స్ చూస్తున్నారా మీరు? యాత్ర గానీ లేదు రాజధాని ఫైల్స్ గానీ చూసారా అజ్మల్?
We have seen, I have seen Yatra 1.
What did you feel? అంటే it's so, I mean,
No, he was someone Yatra 1.
oh, you saw Yatra
The
1.
one, yeah.
Yatra 2 చూడలేదు మీరు.
No, I haven't.
But have you heard? Have you seen
Yes,
trailers?
yeah, of course I do.
చూసినప్పుడు మీకు ఏమనిపించింది? ఒక వైపు అంటే వన్ మోర్ వి హావ్ అనదర్ వర్షన్ ఆఫ్ జగన్మోహన్ రెడ్డి గారి క్యారెక్టర్. ఇక్కడ మీరు కంప్లీట్లీ డిఫరెంట్ ఫ్యాసెట్ మీది. ఆయనది మోర్ ఎమోషనల్, మీది మోర్ కన్విక్షన్ పర్పస్ కనిపించింది. అలాగే భారతి గారి క్యారెక్టర్ అక్కడ మోర్ ఆఫ్ అన్ అబ్జర్వింగ్ బినైన్ క్యారెక్టర్, ఇక్కడ వెరీ యాక్టివ్, వెరీ సెన్సిబుల్, ద వాయిస్ ఆఫ్ రీజన్ అంటారు కదా, అలా ఉండింది మీ క్యారెక్టర్.
See, for me, we know what we were doing, and we know the sequences and the scenes which he is planning in Vyooham. And people thinks are different. People have a different thought process about how this movie is going to be. And I am saying that this will be a treat for Jagan fans. At the same time, the family audience is going to love this film. Why? Because just between the bond, people should come and watch for the bond between Jagan and Bharati. And the way they express the things, I think in 80% of Indian families, whatever happen outside, a husband and wife, they discuss. And over here, we can see the same thing, and how supportive his wife is. And for every leader should have a good family. Then only they can achieve and just give something to people.
Very beautifully put, Ajmal. Actually, that's a good observation. Every leader needs that. So, you tell me, మీ దృష్టిలో భారతి గారి రియల్ క్యారెక్టర్ లో మీరు whatever little you have gathered, what is that one quality you liked?
See, for me, I haven't seen Bharati's clips and all, to be frank. For me, I was just seeing Manasa. She was so good at her performance, and the lines which RGV has written, the sequences and scene, it was so touching. Right. And every day morning, they used to give us 7-8 pages of dialogues. And while I was shooting, and I was thinking like, oh my God, who is going to sit and watch all these things? But when RGV come and say, he used to choreograph us. So then, after a bunch, after the second bunch, after the third bunch, we can see this characters are coming out of us itself, and the way she expresses her feelings, I can see. I was just seeing Bharati in her, in Manasa, and I'm me, Jagan. I just want to be genuine to him. I'm playing a role of Jagan Mohan Reddy, and I just want to be 150% genuine. And I really want to Jagan to win this year. Why? Because me just doing this film, it's not like sir, help me out.
Yeah.
And I just want to convey a lot of things. I'm just a little bit so happy that I'm here.
Lost for words.
And also words. Why? Because yesterday I have watched the film. Outsiders thinks that RGV has done something to pull down Chandrababu Naidu, Nara Lokesh and all, but no. He have just told the facts, what had happened from past 4 to 5 years.
And you're saying that on record with data in mind? I mean, knowing very well what the political scene is?
See, I know what had happened, the basic things, but for every question, RGV has an answer. And he has thoroughly know what is happening inside the country, inside the state. What is this? And I just want to stick on to him. He is my guru, and he is telling this has happened. Then if he tells this is night, I say, okay, fine.
Yeah.
That's for me. And for this movie also, it had happened.
See, as an actor, unless you develop that conviction,
absolutely,
they won't be able to do it. Okay, halfway, like he said, initially it could have been more trust in me when he was having doubts. Because the point is, this is not an action film. This is not a film which has choreographed songs. It is about ideas. It's about characters. It's about what they think and feel. So we need to have a lot of dialogue to support that kind of storytelling. You know. Now the dialogue, technically, people believe that more is spoken in a visual medium, it loses its grip. So to control that is why I use this thing to one is the tone of how it starts, and the placement of the actors. I take a lot of care in that.
Placement ante aa shot lo ela kanipistarani.
Like for example, if the scene which you talked about, if Mansa was sitting in the sofa when he came, and he also came and sat, in spite of the same dialogue, I don't think it will have
the same
impact. And this is what in cinema you add layers which are non-existent on the script paper.
రైట్.
So sometimes an actor might not be able to understand that. So they will think they're speaking for such a long time. That is how they would.
సార్ మీరైనా తెలుగులో మాట్లాడండి సార్.
Doesn't matter. See, this kind of a content will not be understood by people who don't know English.
English.
Yeah.
So we'll convert to English medium అయితే.
Yeah.
So బాగుంది,
Yeah.
సూపర్. అయితే
But you understand? So try to imagine that scene which she's already in, which also could happen.
యా,
She would have said the same thing if she's sitting in the sofa and both of you sitting opposite to each other. If you talk the whole thing, that is when it will become verbose.
అంతే కదా. ఇప్పుడు ఆ పాట గుర్తొస్తుంది, పాడచ్చా? ఇది జగనుడి మౌన దీక్ష, జనం కోసమే కార్య దీక్ష, అంతేనా?
Yeah.
బ్యూటిఫుల్ బ్రైట్ గ్రిన్.
Do you remember? That's not a. You didn't see that says in Shapadam. I started a scene where it made them both stand apart. No, that's that corner and she's this corner, and I asked one of my assistant. So this that is when the COVID epidemic came. So they'll be talking something about that. You know, when I placed Jagan and him, I asked my assistant, "Why do you think I placed the actors like that?" You know, one is they stand there, and by the end of the scene, he's sitting somewhere and she's sitting somewhere. He said, "No, I don't know." I said, "Social distancing." I said. This I didn't tell them come out actually.
Right.
I just asked them to stand there and speaking, you know.
So why I'm so emotional, I've done hundreds of interviews of Ramu sir, but this film is very special to me because what happens in the film, as a journalist, I have witnessed in real time. So starting from Rajasekhar Reddy Garu's time, when he became chief minister, I was a journalist to do his first interview. When Jagan sir became CM, I was journalist to do his first interview. It's a very strange coincidence, but it happened like that. And the episode చూసినప్పుడు మీరు అన్నట్టు చాలా honesty ఉంది సినిమా అంతా కూడా. And